Welcome to MogulCast, where we uncover the stories behind the world's greatest business empires. Let's get into today's story.
In 1954, a 52-year-old traveling salesman was struggling to sell milkshake mixers to dying drive-in restaurants across America. Less than 7 years later, Ray Kroc owned the entire McDonald's brand after buying out the original founders in 1961 and transforming a single California hamburger stand into an international phenomenon. He took a business that was not his and rewrote fast food history. This is the full story, and it is worse than you think. Ray Kroc was born in Illinois in 1902. Over 3 decades, he cycled through endless sales gigs from paper cups to piano playing, before becoming the exclusive distributor of the Prince Castle multimixer. By his 50s, his sales were dropping as traditional drive-in restaurants struggled across suburban America. He needed a miracle. We will come back to one specific decision. It is the key to everything. In 1954, an order came across Kroc's desk that made no sense. A small hamburger stand in San Bernardino, California, ordered 8 milkshake mixers at once. Driven by pure desperation and relentless curiosity, Kroc got into his car and drove across the country to see what kind of restaurant could possibly churn out 40 milkshakes simultaneously. When Kroc arrived in California, he found a golden concept created by brothers Richard and Maurice McDonald. They had eliminated car hops, stripped the menu down to burgers, fries, and shakes, and created an assembly line kitchen system. Hamburgers cost just 15 cents. Customers stood in line, got their food in 30 seconds, and left. Kroc immediately saw the immense scale potential. Kroc convinced the McDonald brothers to let him serve as their national franchising agent. In 1955, he opened his first franchise location in Des Plaines, Illinois, enforcing intense standardization. Every patty had to be cooked the exact same way. Every store had to sparkle. Kroc opened dozens of locations across the country in just a few short years. But not everyone was celebrating. Kroc's early franchise growth was an operational triumph, but a financial nightmare for him personally. Under his original contract, Kroc received only 1.9% of franchisee gross sales, giving 0.5% back to the brothers. After paying overhead, Kroc was losing money on every store. But here is what the media completely got wrong about this. He was not in the hamburger business at all. In 1956, financial advisor Harry Sonneborn showed Kroc the ultimate strategic pivot. Instead of making money on hamburger royalties, McDonald's would buy or lease the land beneath every store, then sublease it back to franchisees at a steep markup. Ray Kroc became a real estate mogul who sold burgers solely to secure monthly rent payments. With real estate backing his moves, Kroc built massive operational leverage, but his personal friction with Richard and Maurice McDonald reached a boiling point. The brothers wanted to keep their business small and maintain complete control, rejecting Kroc's aggressive change proposal. Kroc viewed their caution as total cowardice. The partnership transformed into open war, and Kroc prepared to remove them from the equation entirely. In 1961, Kroc demanded complete ownership of the brand name and rights. The McDonald brothers agreed to sell everything to Kroc for $2.7 million. The agreement severed all ties between the creators and their business name, leaving Kroc in sole command of McDonald's Corporation, ready to build the largest fast food machine on earth. After acquiring full control, Kroc systematically removed the original founders from company history, claiming the title of founder for himself. When the brothers tried to keep their original San Bernardino store under a new name, Kroc opened a rival McDonald's nearby and drove them out of business. And if you have made it this far, you already understand something most analysts completely missed. By the time Kroc stepped down as corporate president and became chairman, McDonald's had conquered North America and moved into global markets. Kroc maintained extreme discipline over operations until his death in 1984. He proved that consistency and real estate ownership could build a global franchise power far greater than food culinary quality alone. Kroc's business playbook became the blueprint for modern corporate franchising. By combining strict operating procedures with land ownership, Kroc created an unstoppable business structure. Thousands of entrepreneurs built wealth as McDonald's franchisees, while Kroc's corporate entity generated immense real estate and royalty revenues worldwide. Remember that decision we mentioned at the start? Here is what it actually cost. When Kroc traveled to California in 1954 to fix his failing mixer business, he traded away his simple sales career for ruthless expansion. The brothers chose short-term cash in 1961, losing out on what would become billions in annual royalties as Kroc claimed total ownership of their vision. Ray Kroc was 52 years old when he discovered McDonald's in 1954. By 1961, he had bought out the original founders for $2.7 million. He served as corporate president until 1968 and chairman until 1977. His real estate strategy converted a 15-cent hamburger stand into a global corporate powerhouse. The story of Ray Kroc proves that building a massive empire rarely depends on inventing the product yourself. The McDonald brothers created the fast food kitchen system, but Ray Kroc realized that the real product was the standardized business model and the land underneath it. Scaling an empire requires controlling the platform, not just the kitchen. If you want to understand how this pattern repeats across every major business collapse, the next video covers a story with disturbing parallels. That one is next.
That's the story for today on MogulCast. If you found this valuable, subscribe and hit the bell. A new empire story drops every single weekday. See you tomorrow.